This is numbers 17 through 20 on the study guide. It says that we're supposed to apply the transformation and then identify and describe the transformation. When I see this and I'm adding and subtracting numbers from x and y, I definitely know that that's got to be a translation. Additionally, when I'm dealing with this translation, this says I'm supposed to take 2 away from the x. What that means that if it says minus 2, we're going to the left 2 units. And now let's look at this. The y is going to give us the up and down movement. When it says plus 3, that means we're actually going to go up 3 units. So basically, we're going to take each point and we're going to go left 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3. And put your point here. That's now your new A prime. Take the C. We're going to go left 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3. That's now going to be your C prime. Take your B. Go left 2, 1, 2, and up 3, 1, 2, 3. That's now going to be your B prime. Now when you connect these, if you do this correctly, you should have a triangle that actually looks exactly the same as the original for a translation. They should be congruent. All you did was slide it to a new position. On 18, I see that only one of the variables has gone opposite. And they didn't even switch orders. So that tells me I've got a reflection. Y-axis means that y stays the same, but the x goes opposite. So we have reflected this over the y-axis. So basically, you're going to take each point and reflect it over here. Now, if you count, this is 1 unit away from the y-axis, so you keep going, 1 unit, and that is now your new P prime. Take your Q. How far is it away from the y-axis? 1, 2. So keep going. 1, 2. And that's now your Q prime. Now ours is a little different because we're actually going to go the other way. 1 unit. So now we're going to go 1 unit away, which puts this as the R prime. And now when you connect your dots, again, with a reflection, we should have 2 congruent figures here. Now, if you look at number 19, I do see that x and y switch positions and one of them went opposite. That's going to mean I have a rotation. Especially the giveaway here is when x and y switch positions and one of them is opposite. Now I just got to remember my rules. 90 degrees counterclockwise. 90 degrees, find the opposite of y and switch them. Well, that's not the opposite. Let's try 180. 180 degrees, find the opposite of both. Well, they're not both opposite, and you would also leave them alone. Let's try 270 counterclockwise. 270 degrees, find the opposite of x and switch them, which is exactly what happened. So this is a 270 degrees counterclockwise rotation. You could also say that this is a 90 degrees clockwise rotation. Now to do this type of rotation, you're basically going to take each of these, find the opposite of x, and switch them. So 270 degrees, find the opposite of this x, makes that positive 4, and switch it, 3, 4. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. That is where my G prime is going to be. For H, 270 degrees, find the opposite of x, that makes it positive 2, and we're going to switch them. So it's going to be 3, positive 2. That's where my H prime is going to be. Here, let's do the K. 270 degrees, find the opposite of x, makes that positive 4, and switch them. So it's going to be negative 1, positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's now going to be my K prime. And then here, 270 degrees, find the opposite of this x, makes that 2, and switch them. So negative 1, comma, 2. That's where my J prime is going to be. Connect your dots here. Now what you should see is that this has turned in some capacity. And so when you look at the way it turned, it actually turned this way, which is 90 degrees clockwise. And the giveaway here is, again, these should be congruent shapes. Now, if you look at 20, this is not a rigid motion. The other 3 were. A rigid motion results in congruent shapes. When we have a dilation, which is what this is, we are not going to have a rigid motion. Now, this is a dilation by a scale factor of 2. Now, it doesn't tell us what we're dilating it about, so that means we're going to be going about the origin. So that means every single one of these numbers has to be multiplied by 2. So if I multiply E by 2, that gives me negative 4, positive 4. So let's go to negative 4, positive 4. If I dilate this by 2, that gives me 2, 2. So 2, 2, and that's now my new F prime. Now if I dilate this by 2, that gives me 4, 4. So 4, 4. That gives me my G prime. And now when we connect these dots here, they should look like similar figures, because that's what a dilation is, similar figures. And so they should still maintain their overall look, just a different size.